part of PRBO really since our very earliest days. He had many roles since '68 as a staff member, as a volunteer, and a grad student. He helped to initiate studies of the Farallon seabirds and started some of our valuable long-term studies of Farallon vegetation. His work extended beyond the Farallons, working with seabirds in Antarctica, the Galapagos, and the east coast of the United States. For some period of time, he headed the IUCN, the International Union for Conservation of Nature's specialist group on storks, ibises, and spoonbills. He's worked in China, India, Korea, and Vietnam, leading conservation and training efforts for water birds. Again, unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, but we are really pleased to give him a Conservation Achievement Award to especially acknowledge all the incredible contributions he's made to bird conservation at PRBO and around the world. So congratulations. Let's clap really loud so Malcolm can hear us from each other. Work on the Farallons, and we have this long photograph of the Farallons for him to have it.
So Mark and I are delighted to be able to come and accept us on Malcolm's behalf. We've known Malcolm for at least 30 years, especially through the Pacific Seabird Group, where Malcolm was chair. He was the editor of our newsletter. He served as an endowment trustee, and he is also serving on our small grants committee, which gives small grants to people in developing countries for seabirds. I'm going to read a brief statement from Malcolm, and then Mark has got a few words to say. This is an extremely great honor. PRBO has been a very important part of my life and career. I was always interested in birds, nature, and conservation. When I came to California to study, Dick Maywalt was a mentor, an advisor, and a supporter. While I was an undergraduate, he supported my early work on meadowlarks and connected me with PRBO in the early years. I spent many weekends and college holidays at Palomar, learning, banding birds, and dealing with many who helped shape my life. When PRBO began its work on the Farallons in 1968, I was invited to participate. I was still young and uninitiated, but began my research on western gulls for my Master of Science from Oxford University in UK and my PhD at the University of Pennsylvania, as well as the long-term studies of the plants that Ellie just referred to. The Farallons are an extraordinary, special natural area and so beautiful. They've been a great inspiration to my further work and to so many others. It has been a great honor to work on these beautiful islands. Thank you for this extraordinary opportunity.
As Craig said, we are really privileged to accept this award for Malcolm. Malcolm, if you don't know Malcolm, many people don't, he's a New Englander through and through. He's a very droll, quiet, shy person, so in a way I can see why he didn't make it here, but he is very grateful. He doesn't like the spotlight, and so that's why he picked us to take it. I just want to tell one Malcolm story, and there are many. Malcolm was into birds a long time ago, and he told me this one wonderful story that in back east, somebody had collected a bird they thought was a California gull, and this was before Howell's Guide to Gulls came out, so no one knew what it was, and it passed from house to house and freezer to freezer, and everyone was trying to turn this gull into a California gull, new record for New York, and sadly it turned out to be an aberrant herring gull, and Malcolm surreptitiously dropped it off the Brooklyn Bridge. No one was arrested for collecting illegally, and so we don't have California gull yet in New York. So thank you for on his behalf. And one thing I do want to say, though, why he really is getting this award is because he's been monitoring vegetation on the Farallon Islands for 44 years. It's his original work monitoring climate change and vegetation on the Farallons that will be used as a yardstick for the next 100 years because of this one man's work. So thank you, Malcolm.
All right, now it's an incredible honor for our last award to bring up Sarah Ellen. You've been